Next week, the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions. All 5 of the players that qualified tonight qualified for next week's event. Parker with that big 234 really came on strong in the latter part of that game.
Showed why he's the best. Well, solid 7 for Parker-Bohn-III, and you know, can't feel too bad about that. Made a good shot. No trouble mistaking Parker's spare ball from a strike ball. Hey, Phil?
Picks up the spare. When they go to that other ball, it's just a ball that won't hook, especially on the single pin spares.
That's absolutely the reason. Just they want a hard plastic ball that will just go straight down the lane. Our first look at Forkel. Boy, we talked about that earlier today. He left a 6-8 on that very lane and commented how, as we watched the ball coming in just a little bit high into the 1-2 pocket, he said he left a 6-8 last year on this very telecast.
The clock is ticking.
Well, it's early, Eric. The clock is ticking, but
trying to pick up this split. From behind Marshall.
Well, almost didn't get the ball far enough to the right, but was able to take care of this. Watch, the ball will just barely hook far enough over there. It gets the back of the pin. It's a nice way to start out the game. Great split conversion.
Gone through mixed emotions here in the first frame. He threw the shot, thought he had a strike, then left the split, and then comes back and picks up the split. Beautiful follow through and able to kick out that 7-pin.
Making that split in the first frame certainly will give him a lot more confidence.
Bohn up in the second frame. Spare in the first. 13 and 11 match play record this week. Oh yeah. He's right back at it. So Bohn and Forkel dead even after 2 frames. Both players start off the match with a spare and follow it up with a strike. Parker won his first PBA event back in 1987 in Seattle.
Here he is, just 12, 13 years later, going for number 23. He can get by this match and one more.
And a 7-pin. And should he get number 23? Let's see. He's tied with the player that has 22. And
he can just go right past me. That's fine. I don't want to talk about it, Phil.
Sooner or later, it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, he's going to, yeah, sooner or later by a lot. Hard and straight. No problem. Here's a look at Steve Klemkin, the ball rep for Eric Forkel, and we'll watch Eric throw this particular shot and get some point of view from his rep. Stubborn 7-pin, and Steve, he's had some problems in the last month or so. Injured himself and on the comeback trail. What have you done to try and help him out as far as equipment's concerned?
Well, pretty much throughout his entire career, he's always had a tendency to try and be just a little bit too careful or a little bit too perfect. So we're trying to get him real aggressive and making sure he throws the shot firm and aggressive, go through the ball.
He's been doing a lot of practicing, a little extra practice last week. That's sort of his MO, though. He likes to work.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's definitely a workaholic. Puts a lot of games in, and he really prides himself on his work ethic.
Match all even after 3 frames. Eric up in the 4th, won the PBA's first ever outdoor final, the New York City PBA experience earlier this year. What an experience. Oh, he kicked that 9-pin
almost the solid 9 on 71. Match is all even. Both players.
Wow, look at it.
Strike. It's going to be right in the pocket. And the 9-pin, the last to go. Happy to get that 9 out. He knows he deserved that strike. And Parker-Bohn-III now trailing by 1 pin to Eric Forkel. A battle of veteran left-handers, and so far 4 frames for Bohn, 1 strike, 3 7-pins. Should be getting pretty good at making this.
Yeah, no problem with that 7-pin spare in the 4th frame.
That's very frustrating for the professional bowlers to know they've got a good shot to the pocket, but they just don't have quite the right setup in order to carry. Now, for Bohn, a couple adjustments to be made. He can throw the ball a little slower, or he can go to a completely different piece of equipment. Stayed with the same ball. Yeah, you got that one, Parker.
Strike in the 5th, 79 through 4.
Watch the 4-pin. It's going to just kiss the 7.
Well, it's been an adventure so far for Eric Forkel up in the 5th frame, working on a strike.
That's the first double here in the semifinal match. Forkel with an 11-pin lead.